Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. Well, I've done it again. I have made an enormous book. You guys, I don't know how not to. I don't intend to. I like it. It's not that I don't like it, but I would like for them to lay a little flatter. I'm not sure why it is that it ends up that way, but it's the laying flat part that I wish I could accomplish. I don't mind a fat book. Anyway, I sewed the signatures in, and I just wanted to show you, I've got it almost all done. I've just got to decorate the cover. But I sewed the signatures in, and I just wanted to show you how, I'm sure most of you guys have seen before, but when you hide it, when you do the ties on the inside and hide it like in an envelope or something, so you just leave your paper open the whole time, you know, while you're making the book, and then you sew the signature in, and then when it's all sewn in, you go ahead and close it up and make it into an envelope. Get down there towards the center. And then I was going to make something to put inside, but I do not want to add any more bulk. And so I thought, this is something I have been hoarding. I bought this a long time ago. So, and I love florals, and I know a lot of people don't. So I haven't done, I've done a couple, I think, that are floral, but I know people don't want to see it all the time. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't used the paper is, I like that one, I guess, is I haven't had the opportunity really. Okay, well, we'll do that one and this. I wonder how. So I'm thinking if I fold it in half, it's going to get lost in there. So I think what I'll do is I'll kind of fold it like that so that it'll hit and still stick up. Let's do that. And maybe I'll do a little edge on it for like a decorative edge. Let me grab a punch real quick. I'm not sure which one. Some of them cut more off than others. I don't want one that cuts a lot off. Well, let's try this. I don't know how obvious it'll be, but it's Arrow Border Edger. I found this at a yard sale quite a while back. So that ought to be cute. I always have to turn it over and see where it lines up. Once I've done that, then I can do the rest of them, but generally speaking. Sorry about let me grab my glasses real quick so I can see that tiny pattern. That's better. I hope I'm on it. Yes. Okay. And then maybe I can put a little sticker or something. Get these off because now I can't see. Let's go ahead and ink. I've cleaned mostly everything up that I had been working with because, like I said, really cannot add another thing. It is full. I'm not sure I have a good sticker to go there though. Let's see. A stamp might be good, but I don't want to pull my stamps out. Right now, these are close in color. This one here is kind of, not really. Okay, let's try something else. If I just ink it, maybe. That's better. I'm just going to ink around the edge. Okay. Let's see if there's something. I don't really see anything good. I feel weird, like I didn't start the video. Yeah, we're recording. Oh yeah. Maybe there's something in here. It's not exactly the same color palette, but I might find something. Or maybe even just one of these little flowers. That'll work, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's cute. And then that will slide down in here. I didn't check to see if it fit, but I figured it would. There we go. So then you can see it in there. I don't even think you guys are on camera. There, it's slid in. Okay. Next one, same thing. Oh no, you guys, I didn't ink this one. I'll bet you I didn't ink the next one either. Oh, I did. Oh, I hate it when I do things like that. I ran into town earlier today and I went to a thrift store. A lot of times I'll go in there and somebody has just totally gotten rid of a ton of their stuff, but that was not something that happened this time. However, I did find some really cool books. I'm going to do a video after this showing you what I found. I'm excited about them. It was so hot inside of the thrift store. They don't have air conditioning. They had some blower going, but it was just blowing warm air. I actually started feeling a little bit nauseated because I was getting so warm. I felt like the oxygen wasn't sufficient or something. Such a wimp, you know? Such a wimp. You get used to something, though. You can't help it. Okay, let's see. Turn it back the right direction. Let's see what other one I have. I mean, I know that they're not exactly the colors that are in the book, but it's okay. This one's good. Right, and let me look, see if I have a different punch that I want to try real quick. Sorry, you guys. I'll be just a second. I feel like I'm just going to stick with that one probably. Or not sure how well it'll show, but I also have this one. I think I used it somewhere else in the... Nah, I'm just going to use the same one. So again, I'm going to fold it to about here. And ink. I don't need to ink the part I'm going to cut. Oh, not there. All right, so let's get that lined up again. So I just kind of, I have to go, you know, there's no markings on it anywhere to know how to start it. Oh my gosh, my eyes. Get my glasses. Alrighty. I hadn't inked all the way around the front of this. I was thinking about some story I could tell you guys that I don't think I've told you before. I was thinking about it yesterday, but now I can't remember what it was. You're like, then why did you bring it up? I might remember if I start, you know, talking about it. That's kind of why I'm bringing it up. Take those off. I don't know. I could talk about some of the summertime memories that I have. My mom, well, when I was, you know, my mom always worked, so she was never home during the day, during the summer. Except, I think I've told you guys before that she made fishing lures for a living. There was a factory in our town that all the moms worked at. For the most part, a few dads, but mostly it's moms that worked there to make the fishing lures. And any of the men that worked there, they did other things. I don't know what they did, but there were not very many men that worked there. And for a little while, she did actually have her machine at home. So at that point, she was working from home. But for the most part, she was always gone. And my dad, when I was really little, he had one of those jobs that was shift work. So sometimes he was home during the day and sometimes he was gone during the day. Just depended. And so, you know, we were most of the time left to our own devices, which, you know, it's a lot of fun for kids. And one of the things that my brother and I, we were just little monsters. We really were. But one of the things I remember doing was, there was an alleyway. So where we lived, there was a block of houses, and there was like maybe 8 houses on the block, and then there was an alleyway that went in between the houses. And we would play in the alley, even though we were always told we shouldn't play in the alley. It wasn't the place to play. We did it anyway. You know, because that's what kids do. And I remember, maybe I told you guys this before, but I remember crawling into the neighbor lady's garden, and they were out on their back porch. But it was like a flower garden in rows. There was probably some food there too, but we were hiding in tall flowers. And she's like, "I see you kids." So then we had to scurry back out. I don't know what we were doing. It's not like we were gonna do anything. We just thought it was fun to sneak in. And you couldn't see. I mean, one of the reasons why we wanted to do it was because you couldn't see the backyard. They had those, what are they called? I know what they're called. Arborvitae, however you say that word. They had those trees that lined their backyard, and so we couldn't see into her backyard. So we were curious. So we climbed, or, you know, crawled in between them. Probably had spiders all over us because, you know, I grew up in the Yakima Valley and it's dry and spidery. I should have put the glue on this side. And yeah, so, and then we figured she probably knew who it was. There weren't very many kids with our hair color and stuff like that around, you know, redhead. And my brother was, I mean, I was kind of turning red when I was little. I was more of like a strawberry blonde, and my brother was blonde. And the other kids in our neighborhood had brown hair. So it's not like she didn't know whose heads were bobbing around in there. I don't remember if I got in trouble or not, but so it'd be cute actually to kind of leave it hanging out. Could do that or not, you know, whatever a person would like to do. And then the other thing, I believe I told you guys before, and it just makes me shiver. I used to ride around with my brother on the standing up on the back of his bike, you know, with your feet on the little things coming out from the back wheel, back tire. I would stand on that while he's riding around, but it wasn't made for that. Those were just part of the bike, and I was just hoping my foot didn't slip off as he's flying around. I also would ride on the handlebars. And we never crashed, luckily. I would never let my kids do that. And if they did it, they would be in trouble. I mean, who knows what they'll tell me they did someday. But I was always home, and I kept a pretty good eye on them. I always knew where they were, and I didn't let them ride around town on their bikes because, you know, I grew up in a different time than my kids. I was afraid they'd get stolen. So that was not an option. Let's see. Oh, this one's pretty. We'll do this one. So yeah. And then what else? Summer fun. Another thing we enjoyed doing was neighborhood hide and seek. Did I ever tell you guys that before? So, you know, again, I lived in a really small town, and you kind of knew everybody. I mean, kind of. My family members will talk about people, you know, like, do you remember so-and-so? And I'll be like, no. So I think you know everybody, but I seem to have forgotten a lot. Anyway, we knew all the kids up and down our street, and we would play hide and seek at night in the dark during the summer with flashlights. And you could hide anywhere in anybody's yard. I mean, if you were playing, not people who weren't playing. We weren't going into other people's yards. But yeah, we would do that, and that was fun. And that's something that I would never have let my kids do because, you know, getting stolen. And then also, that's something that the seniors do every year here. When they graduate from high school, they have flashlight hide and seek one night before they graduate. And so there would always be these reminders on Facebook of, hey, if you see a bunch of kids running around with flashlights, don't be freaked out. It's their hide and seek night. And people would respond with, I'm glad you said so because I've always got my shotgun ready. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. Well, my son didn't play because when he graduated, COVID, so they didn't have any of the normal activities that happened. So I didn't have to worry about my son getting shot at. But, you know, the world is so different now than it was then. So anyway, now it's shotgun hide and seek. That's not funny. Another memory that I have, we didn't have air conditioning, so it was always hot in my house during the summer. But you know, you still got to eat or, you know, cook, or we would go to, my mom would can food, and we didn't have a garden, but we would go to all of the nearby farms, the U-Pick farms, and my mom would pick a whole bunch of, you know, whatever she wanted to can or freeze. And we would be sitting in the sweltering kitchen and dining room, you know, working for, you know, however many weekends it would take for her to put up the things that she wanted to put up for the winter. And one of the things that we ate a lot of was corn. So we would have this giant pile of corn in our kitchen, on our kitchen floor. We would have to sit there and shuck it. And then my mom would blanch it and cut it off the cob and freeze it in bags. It's delicious. All winter long, we had really yummy corn. And my mom made the best, I don't know what you call it. It kind of like cream corn, but she called it fried corn. I would say it's sort of like a cream style corn, but it wasn't. It was fried corn. It was so good. She still makes it. I know one time I was at her house, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago now because of COVID. I don't remember. It's been quite a while. She was making it and I was like, oh my goodness, Mom, I have not had that since the last time I had it with you. So, but yeah, we would sit there in the dining room and grab another ear of corn and shuck it. And they have these little bugs, itchy little bugs, but you got to do it. You know, there's no getting around it. And so we would sit there and itch, and the silks would be everywhere, and you just had to get through that giant pile of corn. So, but it's good memories. I like to think about it. All right, so there's that. I'm just wanted to show you that part, and that I got it all sewn in. And you guys, it's so fat. Well, I made the spine 3 inches, but once you put the front and back on it, it's like 3¼ inches. But I'm gonna cover this. I love this fabric. Love, love, love this fabric. And I had just enough to do it with a little bit left over. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put a tie on it to keep it closed. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching and listening to my summertime stories. I'm sure there are more that I might think of to tell you next time. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.